You know it's a good day when you have too many plants you can carry. It's a very, 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 very good day at yardfarmer.co. Look at my bebes. My sweet little native bebes. Hey, you might remember the yard right behind me as we ripped out all of the sod with a sod cutter not too long ago. Today, an entirely native landscape is going in, and it's gonna be so good. We're gonna need a lot more wagons.
We need a bigger boat.
Yeah, we do. Marcie spent about $660 total at the nursery for all of these plants today. That is a decent chunk of change. But when we talk about her water bill month to month, she's spending $125, $150 a month in water. And we know that in the West, Americans are using 60% of culinary water that's drinkable, potable water for outdoor irrigation purposes. So once she installs this incredibly xeric, drought-tolerant native landscape, her water bill is going to reduce by more than half. And so within about a year, she will have completely recouped the costs of this lawn that requires zero maintenance, really, other than a fall cleanup, is low water, and is going to be beautiful and colorful and an incredible certified wildlife habitat. So it's just wins across the board. Cannot recommend enough. You should do one too. This yard is in Salt Lake City, Utah, so we did 100% Utah native plants. Of course, she already has some non-native plants installed, like a lilac back there, some weeping things, some non-native dogwoods and whatnot. That's okay. This yard, once all of this is installed, is still going to be 85 to 90% native species, which is more than enough to healthily support native wildlife, which is awesome. Because it's a Utah yard, the species that we're really using, lots of yarrow, and there's different kinds. This is a beautiful sort of burgundy one. Right behind me, we have yellow yarrow, all native varieties. If you're ever at a nursery and you see it say something like Greek yarrow, not native, but most Achillea millefolium is native to the US and Utah specifically, and incredibly xeric, drought tolerant, and really just one of the hardiest plants around. So cannot recommend it enough. We also have some amazing native asters through here. We've got some anise hyssop over here. These are some blue fescues, little blue stem, incredibly ecologically important native grass, low prairie grass. And so also are these blue grandma grasses right here. Blue grandma grass, this is what they look like. If you can see that. They have these amazing sort of diagonal seed pods that catch the light in the western sun. This is a western facing aspect, so that light's gonna just go zoom right through this vertical row of blue grandma grass and just light up this entire pathway towards the door. I'm so excited about that. Now, this was an interesting design project because it's a mid-century style home, but we wanted to go a little bit wild and cottagey with just these densely packed, lush perennials that are really gonna fill in and cover most of this exposed soil. So the way we balanced out the sort of mid-century design approach and then wanting something to be a little lush and wild is that we framed the door of this house. So right in here, we're actually putting in very large format concrete pavers that are going to form a vertical line right up to the door. And then on either side of this pathway, we have these really beautiful straight lines of these native prairie grasses. So again, over here, we've got some little blue stem. That's gonna grow up to about yay high. And we also have some blue grandma, which is gonna grow to about yay high. And again, sort of framing this concrete path in a vertical line, which is going to really, really lend itself to that mid-century, clean lines, angular shapes design aesthetic. Then, after we pass this line of blue grandma, you can see that things really kind of start to get a lot more relaxed in the shape. We have low growing stuff in the front, and that's like one of the main things you can do, honestly, to just make a wild landscape look framed in and intentional and not too overgrown, if you will, is stack things from shortest to tallest. So here we have things maxing at about 10 inches. These things are coming in at 18 inches right here. These things are coming in at 24 to 30 inches. These things here are 36 to 40 inches. This negative space is also going to be a path because, you know, you need to get to the backyard somehow. So this is how that's going to happen. And then these lovely little guys, some yarrow. So again, this is kind of filling up to like here. These lovely little guys are creeping stone crops that are going to just kind of fill in this area, no taller than 10-ish inches high. So that's going to be nice just to create some negative space right before we look at the house. That's the whole yard. Huge water savings, huge maintenance savings. I will say the first year, because there's still so much exposed soil, this is gonna take until next summer to really reach what we want it to be. You do need to make sure that you are staying on top of hand weeding, because weed seeds will land on this exposed soil and root in and create maintenance issues for you this summer. But next summer, she's gonna be home free. I can't wait to show you what that looks like next year. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. As a special thank you, here's a sneak peek at what the project looks like 3 months after install. This project isn't going to be mature for another 3 years, but it's sure looking really freaking good already, man. You're welcome. We're at our client Marcie's house and she's not home, and we just went to the nursery and bought a bunch of native ground cover, and we're planting that in between her concrete pavers as a surprise. Be sure to like and follow, hit all of the buttons. All of these buttons that are, I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere around here. Make sure you check in to see how this yard progresses and get a bunch of other sustainable landscaping tips along the way. Bye.